So you're getting audio now. Let me make sure. Yep, you are set there. And do I have any filters on this? Every time. Every time. Anyways, and it looks like it's getting rid of the noise. So, hash out a couple things. Had to. In setting up Restream, the longer your chain is, the more that there can be issues. You always want to. KISS principle is always in effect. Keep it simple, stupid. You don't need, if you don't need 10 linkages, don't put 10 linkages in. If you can do it with 3, then do it with 3. If you can do it with 9, it's better than 10. The more interconnected steps in your process, the more chances there are for breakdowns. The bigger the chain is, etc., it all translates. Anyways, Restream is that's why it's a risk, and the buying it monthly versus annual service if you have issues, you know. So this is my first issue I've had with Restream. It's been a month or two since I got it. I think I just got billed for my second month, and yeah, this stuff is going to keep getting sorted out over time coming up. I did. I don't see much reason not to. If I'm spending most of my time just chilling, anyways, I don't see any reason not to go get a job. Go get income coming. Money is such an important consideration in life, you guys. We have a culture which they had it so easy they stopped talking about money. It's not polite to a lot of these lazy fuckers to discuss or consider things like money. You're not supposed to remind people of money. You're supposed to be very considerate of their financial situation. There's all sorts of cultural niceties which are just designed to keep us from having the conversations that we should have always been having. God, I got bags under my eyes. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I'm okay with that, I guess. Too much coffee right now. Maybe it's this harsh lighting. Maybe I should start wearing makeup for you guys, because that's what it's gonna take. Anyways, yeah. So got some more lights on the way, and I took my car into the shop. So these things are outflows of cash are just huge. I've spent probably about $4,000 or $5,000 a month the last couple months, which I didn't intend to, but I get the final accounting with my credit cards, and it comes in. I just keep getting shocked with these larger than I expected bills because for a while I was very philanthropic on Twitch and gave a good amount of money, which I'm happy I did. I'm not trying to begrudge or claw back any of that. It went where it should have, and it carried on life at that time. Right now, it would just be additional money sitting in bank accounts. It's better that it went into the market. This is the lesson that is going to be well understood. It's the true lesson the depression delivers is um, money, economy, the idea, it translates to a circular system, which has got to have input as well as output. Output being our consumption, input being work, being production, being progress. And, fucking all throughout human history, humanity has managed well enough to get through the day. It's just we've neglected our responsibility to continue that charge into a better norm, and now we are in a mode where we've got a lot to catch up and not a lot of time to do it in. That's my belief, anyways. But yeah, so life's good, hanging out and stuff. This is a non-scheduled stream, which I still intend to do. It all depends on my day, what happens in my life. Um, I float free through, life right now. And not just right now. I mean, it's the ascetic life. There's very few conversations anymore about the intrinsic value uh, created by the ascetic life. You do not have any other route to self-awareness besides living many adult years with a lot of freedom. Like 8 hours a day to fuck around. If you want to grow up, if you want your brain to form right, you don't need to every day have 8 hours to fuck around. But if you're going to do the regular work thing, this is what my mentor told me. It's what's held true for me. Although I don't do work anymore. I don't have to do work, guys. This is such a fucked up situation. I just fucking get paid. I'm not doing work. I just get fucking paid. It's not cool because I'd rather be feeling progress. I'd rather be contributing to the problems in society. Yeah. Anyways, sleep deprivation, fun. we we are in this change right now. I'll repeat it again. I've said it every time I try to say this because this is something that even as I peel away, I've said it. I said it 2 months ago. I don't want to, I can't say the same shit every day, even though the same truth is more true every single day for the last 40 years. We've had 40-year trends, and we have a horrific amount of adults who want to pretend like they didn't know 40 years ago there was a crisis. They've got all sorts of excuses. They're telling everybody to just relax, but there was a crisis 40 years ago, and we are in the middle right now of an astronomical fucking crisis. That people feel insecurity materially into the future is a failure of our culture. It's a failure of our faith. It's a failure of basic decency. It's a failure of common sense. There's no way to rationalize our lack of investment in infrastructure, not just in the roads, not just in the utilities, in society, in children, in humanity, in the future, the mortgaged future, which is fundamentally bankrupt today. How we transition through this, nobody knows how that transition is accomplished. I don't know either. I am living day to day trying to keep attention and just be a good person. I don't know what else we can do. And being a relentlessly good person is such an aggressive way of life, you guys. You don't realize that every time your friends ask you to work with them against somebody, and if you choose instead to have a moral compass, and just because your friend is attacking someone, you feel compelled to neutralize the conflict. You don't get on their side. You don't go to war. You don't foment more civic disruption. You become the solution. This is what we can do today. And this is what, if there is an architect of the system, it's reasonable to assume the architect will desire this as a characteristic of that which it emphasizes. You will get supported because you are civically conscious. This is terrifying right now to the entire establishment because as we roll back the last 40, 60 years, they're going to be shown to be what they are. Not hardworking, not virtuous, not worthy. They're not worthy. They couldn't fucking, these people who go to these offices and you could give them the most remedial job and they would freak out. You can hardly ask them to do fucking anything. They're so easily misled. They voted for Trump. It's a appallingly lame mass of ignorant flesh. Every day I can say this, but that is not a life to be doing this for 20 years. So you mix in a variety, right? And I try to talk about other things as well. But this is an overarching truth that determines my life course. I did just sign up for a timeshare presentation in Vegas on TwitchCon. It's a thing up there. So I've got my suite set up. Sweet. I think I'm gonna turn it into it's like 3 days, 3 nights at that, but I'll probably take 2 weeks and I'll just head out in my car from Michigan, bounce around. I'll travel 3 hours, find an Airbnb, stay there for a day or two. Travel 3 hours, find an Airbnb, stay there for a day or two, and just leapfrog as I do it. Depending on who I find, there's space for 4 in the suite. It's a bedroom suite, 1 bedroom. Point is, you know, for me, when I do this, usually I have people that I'm going with anyways. Like I've been to Vegas a few times for trade shows, and I go with fellow professionals who are going to the trade show, often presenting in it or something. And I would just hang out and socialize and network, which networking is a weird thing for me. I don't network with individuals. I just go and I make such a big fucking mess that people know who the fuck I am. I'm not trying to learn people's names or pretend to be friends of these people or anybody, really. I'm not trying to pretend to be friends with anybody. Okay, guys? This is one thing that people don't realize. If you're actually an ass kicker, lamers are not fun to know. If you're going to be the weak one and you think that you get to like suck dick to have a strong one like you, fucking get to work sucking that dick. Okay? Like, not, it's rude to say, but at the same fucking time, for real. Fucking tired of this shit. Weaklings trying to like rationalize what people should and shouldn't do when you're just a fucking poser. I don't listen to what they say, you guys. I just can't. I can't bring myself to pay attention. But yeah, just picking up a job. I mean, I can, and and every time I'm streaming and talking, I honestly feel like I'm risking my professional future. Somebody might connect this with the company, and my company might eventually, the headhunters I'm talking to might figure out this connection. Doesn't have my name, but we're in an era of AI. They can get my picture of my face from my actual social media. They can plug it into an AI and say, do a search and find this online. And it found me. Boom, here we are. Okay. This is the norm we're going to be in now. There's no getting away from this. You're not going to be able, every lie that you fucking say now, you are caught, right? You may not have people around you of enough character to tell you you're caught. You may not have awareness that you're caught. You're still caught. I guarantee it. I believe it myself. It's why I live this plain Jane existence. It's why I don't feel like I need to have, you know, super luxurious lifestyles. I want to connect with people. I want to spread awareness. I want to be part of waking up humanity to its potential and be part of building that future where we actually give a shit, finally, about anything. Because they just don't, they can't manage to care about things because they suck. That doesn't mean you can't care about it, doesn't mean we shouldn't care about it. And when it comes to things like the future, that they've been neglected for decades and decades, and we have so many worthless, scummy old people who did nothing for society except for steal and rob. These scummy thieves who can't even in their dotage respect that children are being affected by scarcity today, that they're directly responsible for. Directly. The entire establishment. Did you make money? That means you're responsible. And I'm going to go take another fucking position among these legions of worthless sons of bitches, these motherfuckers who are the establishment. And I'm going to fucking have to smile and shake hands and stuff. And we'll pretend like we're decent fucking people, but we are the worst. All that redeems me is the money that flows through me into the pool. I'm not earning redemption by making you feel good. I am sacrificing a lot to get access to my income. And then I'm giving it away. You don't get to demand more than that from me. It's unfair. You're not forced to humiliate, demean, screw people over, people that you care about. Do you know what happens when a necessary component cannot get to its end company and they can no longer produce their fucking product? Do you know what happens to that city? Do you care? Do you even care? Have you begun to consider the ramifications as that rolls down the line? The answer is most people have not even begun to care. If you have, God bless you. Traverse City Film Fest is canceled. It's all right. It's a link, but the cinema's changing. And that's what I said when I was there last year. I was on a panel. I got to get that video so I can share it, because last summer I was on a stage with directors of films, and they were asked by the audience, how do kids go to win awards? And I took the mic and I was like, guys, you're asking the wrong fucking questions. Winning awards? And what I said was, by next year, we'll have fully AI generating full feature-length movies. And I was unsure about that, because timing is always a maybe. There's all sorts of things that set back progress. But we're there. The point is, the team, to actually realize the change, has to be integrated. It needs to somehow be taking home the bacon. Somehow. We've got a lot of wannabe motherfuckers in the way. A lot of them. Okay? And this is how they know. This is how I alert them that they're fucking wannabes. So they can learn how to be bees. Actual doers. You need allies like me if you need finances, if you need freedom. Do you also need me to suck your dick? I guess that's a yes. No, I'm kidding. Point is, just like if you take the lesson of boomers, you're going to take everything that you can get. You're never going to say thank you. You're never going to say sorry. Okay, that's what a boomer is. Just fucking scummy, okay? Societal exchange involves, I can give you something material. I need you to care about that material exchange. And yes, your worthless family, your worthless home community taught you that giving a shit about the money coming in was impolite. Well, when the money stops fucking coming in and you better find it, and your thought process is so delusional, so abusive of people like me who do the fucking work, who even show up to give you a fucking person to fucking hate. Because you're not going to get inside any fucking place I get. And they resent me as I go fucking distribute, and they resent me because I'm distributing. Like, I think like I'm better when all I'm saying is, stay the motherfuck off me. I'm caffeinated today. And I'm sleep deprived. And I'm probably a little high. I'm still got this vitriol. I don't want to go back into work, you guys, but at the same time, I don't want to even worry about money. I haven't even done accounting. I've been laid off for a fucking month. I haven't done a single check my levels. I don't need to check my fucking levels, guys. This is the age of Aquarius. This is how it is. The only reason you're not in the same fucking life is because you're too dumb to listen when I fucking talk to you. Every motherfucker I have run into for decades has had a chance to do more than be a fucking customer. To ask for more. And what do you deserve? You fucking deserve. These people are so often just they deserve to be attacked. Outright fucking attacked. They're abusing the actual contributors by claiming a permanent victimhood. And we can all be victims, right? Whole communities full of fucking victims who are all prepared to very carefully lay out how they feel. Like talking about it doesn't create it. When you are gonna engage, when your leadership, when your fucking worthless family raised your stupid, inbred, delusional motherfucking ass, for some reason, they didn't put some reality on that shit. They didn't smack you around enough. And I'm not allowed to smack you, am I? But I am allowed to speak. And I am allowed to create a space which is so intrinsically acidic to scumbags and that attitude, that lean on these motherfuckers. You want to be a fucking overconfident, stupid motherfucker around me? You just don't. You watch me take everything and direct it away from you. And I just take and take and take. And I do not stop until you get on the right foot. We got to combine good faith with money, with knowledge, with a community. We got to bring all these waves together in a single point. We got to watch that point. We got to record how far up it goes, the dynamics of every single interaction. That's what I want to do. And nobody ever helps in any way. I get lip service from weaklings. Because they think that my emotional state is the motherfucking problem. These are people who, if I put me in an alley alone with them, they won't come out. They won't come out. They do so much harm with feeble excuses that weaklings accept, but I don't. I don't give a fuck what your shrink told you about you or me. I don't give a fuck what your little pea brain thinks. It thinks. Because it doesn't think. It doesn't even begin to think. But I gotta be nice to it. Because your bitch ass will cry. Even though you're a grown ass motherfucking adult. We got a narrative about violent, physically violent individuals. But you can't even talk harsh. Let me just make this blanket statement. Fuck everyone who was too weak to deal with the conversation. You're a shit American. You're a shit Christian. You're a shit human being. Fuck everyone too dumb to bail water in the sinking fucking boat. That's everyone. Everyone. We are in a state of abject decline. And that you're not able to respond yet, every hour at this moment is worth centuries, 3 centuries ago. We are compressing. Time and progress is compressing and focusing right now through a revolutionary technology called AI, which if you don't know yet, because you're a weakling, a fucking moron, which is everyone, fucking everyone. Why can't I get paid to yell this at you fucking weaklings, huh? Why can't I fucking run around just slapping the fucking shit out of everybody who's got a fucking word in their goddamn mouth? Because you motherfuckers did nothing. You think you've organized, you think you're an activist, you scum motherfuckers, you ignorant, worthless cowards. The energy which I will fucking pour on you will leave you changed. People know better than to try to talk to me about any of this. Because you're going to prove yourself to be fucking ignorant within 5 minutes, but you're going to want to talk for 6 days. So you can pretend to be near this level. But your mom failed. She made you. My mom made me. I'm the one who's looking for somebody to show up. It's a different fucking everything. Everything about it's absolutely fucking different. But I gotta work in dishonesties. I got to go get a job and I'm going to go talk to somebody, tell them some shit like I'm happy to be another fucking brick in the wall. I am happy to make enough money to where I have the freedom to live and eat and have security, and I can do dumb shit like this right now, like yell it onto the fucking internet at fucking nobody. But this is important right now. This is the compressed progress. I'm happy to be making this statement right now. You should be making this statement right now. Kids are going to ask you one day, you think you're supposed to be fucking right now? Making babies is smart right now? Well, you don't have any fucking plans for a real future. You got bullshit lies that boomers sold your ass down the river with. Bullshit, it's not gonna come back. Bullshit, your future's not gonna go the way you're fucking daydreaming it's gonna go. There is fundamental physical change happening inside the global industry. You're just too fucking stupid and lazy to have the foundation to be able to do a goddamn thing about it. If you would have listened to my ass, if there was more than just one person paying fucking attention, we would be able to respond. So you cowards and your fucking shit moms are culpable for being so fucking feeble that we can't fucking respond. You want me to make your feeble ass from a disgusting family, from a disgusting community with such a low fucking bar for success, you want to argue? When all we have time to do is get you the fuck out of the way. Stupid motherfuckers all over the motherfucking place. I want you guys to hear this. I want everyone who hears this to tell the stupid motherfuckers what's definitely coming for them. A complete awareness. Seeing through what they say and think. A complete awareness of just how dramatically their parents sucked. You think it's going to be fun? You think there's a bright future ahead? It's a going under. It's not going to be bright for a while. And it gets bright by fucking getting you motherfuckers put on an appropriate bottom feeding level. Bottom feeders. Okay? Separate the sheep from the goats, the people say in the church thing. You got that okay, well, you're fucking goats. You mortgage the entire motherfucking future. How could you possibly imagine you're anything but fucking cancer? These frustrations are just part of my life because I'm smart enough and educated enough to have understood this. If you're too stupid because your mom is too weak, your genetics are too feeble, your diet is just whatever the fuck the problem is that makes you too lazy to learn when knowledge is in your fucking pocket. And you're too lazy to pick it up and listen. And then I wouldn't have to be the only one paying fucking attention for you fucking clowns. So I'm a little frustrated with you guys in that sense. They're still human beings. Clown is still a human being. God bless the clowns, right? I'm not trying to fuck with people. This is a fundamentally humanist approach, but humanity needs a response. And if you think you've got the clout to get in the way of that, I've just got a giant amount of inertia and I just bulldoze right through. That's not the goal. Never been the goal, guys. I'm not into this shit. But we've got the progress is going to have to be made. The enforcement of a rational perspective is coming. The only question is if boomers are going to be able to twist it around and make themselves look like anything but monsters, which I don't believe they will be able to. There's simply no way to cover up that much evil. And it is actually evil. I'm with Nietzsche in quote unquote beyond good and evil. And the world should be beyond good and evil. But for those who are just sloppy, worthless scumbags, what they do is evil. The slop, the waste, is the new sin. Fucking around and losing all this topsoil. We lose topsoil every fucking day. And these motherfuckers get offended when we tell them to change their lawns. They're going to be damned for their lawns. And if you are such a deplorable motherfucker that you think your lawn is more important than the ecology, you deserve it. You deserve the harshest punishments. You deserve absolute demeaning and degradation. And you can get it right here early, which you should, because this is your chance to be a man about it, to be a proud, righteous, upstanding human being before we're all pulled in front of an AI and you try to say, but I felt this, and the AI goes, that's just more data. By the way, this is the truth. Your feelings are a sacred human thing. Many sacred humans have been killed in life. Your faith, your past does not guarantee you a second more. If you feel anything, you haven't gone through half the trials I have. In situations where feeling meant loss. Real dramas without any backup. Without any manual. After going through it all, the fact is, and when I look for a community, the fact is, I'm so elitist, it's very hard to find that community. I do that to myself. Eagerly. That I eagerly do to myself. Because I can see that we're in the shift. And you don't have to believe me. But you should. And if anyone did, they'd be here. I've been getting lip service for 20 years. It's very easy to start being rambunctious. It just takes determining that you want to be. These days, you got a fucking megaphone and live streaming. It's free. Free for you. Do you got something to say? Did your mom do a decent job? Same answer. And why do we have to turn this into attacking people's parents? Because in our culture, that's where they will feel shame. It's engineered to affect them. That's why that's the attack. I don't give a fuck where the attack is. Somehow we're going to kneecap these motherfuckers. The sooner that they learn to be humble, the sooner they begin trying to understand what's actually happening, which they're never gonna. AIs are going to come in either as tools or as players. Around me, they're a tool. Around the ignorant, they're a boss. If you don't know what it is, don't try to use it. Don't try to work magics you can't comprehend. It's going to be funny. We're going to see a lot of disruption, guys. It's already happening. We had just lost another bank. The contagion is real. Lost a bank in spite of emergency vehicles to hand out billions of dollars, which the Fed is not even reporting. The insolvent banks, they won't tell you which ones are insolvent because you might try to protect yourself, and you're not allowed to protect yourself. To play along with the Fed at all, to play along with this system, which I've got no choice, and I have done. I'm eager to talk about every step of my life. I spent a lot of years not voting. I want to vote no confidence on American presidential elections. 2016 got me voting. No way I was going to sit that one out. I never have and I never will vote for a son of a bitch like Trump. I think that to vote for Trump is to scream to the world that you yourself are either truly a rancid son of a bitch or so dumb you might as well be. I know they've got all sorts of bitter stories. I'd talk to right wingers, guys. I know what they want to pretend is righteous indignation. It's not. Oh my God, these people are so scummy. They're guys who look like me, who in person have often an intimidating physical presence. To me, even. You know what I mean? Like, big dude who's very concerned about right wing, and he's trying to tell me how much work he's done. But it's actually a violence being perpetrated against me across the table that I just throw away, though. It's really fun dealing with those people because I burn them. I burn their energy. But the point is, the bullshit indignation that I have to coexist with in the professional world it's a constant thing. I know it very well. But it's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. These are the establishment. They are the people who are the root of the problem. They keep the system moving forward. I can't be the brake all by myself, you guys. I can't do everything at every level all by myself if we're going to talk about making social change. So recruiting people, working on fundamental, hand-to-hand, fundamental, how do you conflict resolve? Fundamental, let's get a project done. Fundamental, let's negotiate between two competing interests. Fundamental, let's compromise between 600 competing interests. Most people can't do two, and it gets very complex when there's 600. But there's absolute engineering methods that will do it reliably. We'll do it in a just manner. But you're not that smart, are you? You don't know what those are. I could throw the math at you. It's not going to do anything. You've got to experience it. We've got to build the social setting. We've got to capture videos of 600 assholes, 600 inbred, worthless cowards, okay? We get them all together. They figure out how to which toilet paper they're going to motherfucking use. And we document how the decision is made. And we analyze and we develop best practices, and we don't tell you what is the final answer. We understand the dynamics of considering 600 concurrent interests, not 600 individuals. This is one thing integrating 600 individuals. You can't do this with your fucking lover, can you? You don't do this with your own fucking kids. Imagine if in the wild you had adults who could be so disconnected and nonchalant about the real struggles that the kids are facing. Nothing would work. This is the dealership. I gotta check this out. Cool. So yeah, no, and that's just it's the story of my life, you guys. I don't really take it as a lot of bitterness, especially because I'm so apt to, as I feel it, just say it. And I feel like even though there's no audience here, saying it to the camera, saying it to the internet is like screaming it into history. And it should be screamed. Because we don't need to be failing like this. We shouldn't be. And that anybody who says it's good enough is the problem. Everyone who says it's good enough is the problem. Humanity should be in an alarm state. We just aren't. And children pay for that. I'm not paying for it. I'm giving up monopoly money that I'm told I'm supposed to put away so that I can retire and not give a shit like these worthless motherfuckers. I'm not doing that to you guys. I do have a 401k. I've got some savings. I've got some security. I've got to secure my own security. And this is something that I understand very deeply and I sacrifice for. When I get resented for my security that I sacrifice while I'm sacrificing for the people who are actively resenting me for the sacrifice itself even, it becomes very stressful to deal with any aspect of it. What am I doing? Why am I bothering with this? And shouldn't I just go buy something that would at least give a shit about me? Even people that quote unquote love me do not understand that I can see through them. Real love comes from a real place and it has real, clear identifiers. Real love is, God, it's so powerful. But we're in a culture where few have it in their lives at all. They develop frustrations. They spend their life trying to teach each other lessons. This is why divorce is such a healthy thing for a lot of people. If your situation is irreconcilable, they used to make you stay with each other. Which are we going to have as a social norm? I don't think empowering women is a bad thing. I just think it's insane that nobody has an adequate concern for finances except for, and the people who even do, that this is why they're so angry and bitter. They don't even want to talk to the young people about their perspective because you have no concept what actually built all this. They actually have no fucking concept. We got a whole lot of arrogant fucking children who are going to live horrific lives. Your life's going to be fucked up. It is. More than mine. I got to experience some good times. I got to develop through my 20s in a relative security. That made for a different socialization. Young people, you don't even know. You're not going to have the first shred of our least success. You can't. The adults are fucking with you, sending you on wild goose chases, as they call them, sending you to college. You're not very smart if you're paying for college in 2023. You better be going for a nursing degree or some other certified position. Because if you're an engineer going to college, you're dumb. Like, you're really dumb. You lack the fundamental understanding to ever be a competent engineer. You're fucking weak if you're going to college for engineering right now. Get the fuck out of college, dipshit. Get online. Save your money and your time. Don't get run in circles by worthless fucking tenured bastards. And not to like just demonize them. I mean, remember, I demonize everybody. Okay, I do demonize everybody. There's a lot of really good teachers who really did try. That's not most that I ever met. Okay, it's not. It's not. No, thank you, professors. No, thank you. I know people who are being a professor now, and all these motherfuckers want is to get tenure so they can become more worthless. Until the kids wake up and don't go to these worthless universities to be lorded over by these worthless scumbags. Weaklings who can't even learn calculus. If you don't have calculus, get the fuck out of a teacher role. It's time for you to disappear as a quote-unquote teacher or mentor if you don't have calculus. All you are is a stuffed fucking animal. You're there for them to cuddle with so they feel secure enough. And once you're done cuddling with them, you send them to the real adults and we teach them how to be engineers for you, okay? Because your mom's too fucking weak. My mom taught me that knowledge is the only thing that can never be taken from you. My mom gave me an emphasis on learning and language every day. Relentlessly hammering. She fought with us every day. Scrabble, Boggle. Oh yeah. Crosswords were always available. Word search. My mom's a tough woman, and that is what she taught me in a big way. And she knew, and she'd say that she wanted me to get beyond her. And now that I've gotten beyond her, she still wants to advise me. Like she's got something to say. I'm sorry if you didn't learn much. And I try not to like bitch at her about it, because the thing is, I want to love my mom. I don't want to be getting negative energy from my connection with my mom, especially when it's like absurd fucking advice. But very widespread advice for this very successful time where we have more than half the people, medicated into making it through the day. More than half these motherfuckers. Kids deserve a future. All right? And I'm already grown. This is how you know if someone's a pathetic coward. Is they reach 40 years old and they're so self-interested they can't be bothered to have a long conversation with a young person about the state of things, warning them not to go down the standard path. It didn't work out for my peers. I'm 40. My peers, it didn't work out for. Half them. Doesn't fucking matter. Engineering degree doesn't fucking matter. And for Gen Z, who has been only realizing some success in these tech companies, who gaslit so many of them into six-figure positions in an industry that was a flash in the pan. Even the Gen Z successful individuals are going to get cut. A few are going to make something. And that if they do not carry on as I have, translating some of their money to your benefit. If I gamed my money to manipulate and exploit and torture communities, which some people want to pretend is what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing. I'm being present, and I'm still present, and I'm still here for you to talk to if you care to. Talk to me, not about me. About me, there is landmines that I put there intentionally. Talk to me. Straight, talk to me. With money, you can gaslight. You can send money at one person. You can pull forward and back, and you can play with their emotions by playing with the food in their mouth. That's not what I do. I'm not going to flick the light switch on and off on you. It's why I keep such a broad spread. It's why I donate here and there and here and there. And the people I really respect and love, I don't donate to as much. Don't demean the pure relationship I am offering you by hoping for more money. That I'm showing up is a service, it's a sacrifice. That I give money is, yes, it's habit forming. Yes, they very much need it, but it doesn't mean I have to ever do it again. When I have my emotional things, I don't ask for refunds. I figure out how to become at peace with the support I'm going to continue giving. And if I stop translating this value through my being, if I start taking all that money, putting it into savings accounts so I can save up to go to Florida and fuck all you guys, then let these words all land on my head at once. Staking character at this moment is more important than anything. Because you will soon understand what I've known for a long time. And when you do, it will be too late for you to develop character. You will be permanently managed. You will not have any right to be free. Who wants to argue about whether or not they deserve that? Who wants to really put up their life choices, their personal, intentional sacrifices for other people? All this drama, and I take nothing. If I'm taking nothing from you, you can't be afraid of an exploit. You're just a coward. If I'm even financing you, there was a time when service workers understood what the fuck a service working relationship is. And you don't have to respect it, but if you don't respect it, you're not going to go far. You're not going to come with me to the places that I don't put on camera. Which aren't glamorous, guys. I'm not a fucking Hollywood glamorous guy. I go to private properties, talking small crews with small, cool fucking people, with people who are fucking connected, successful fucking people. Power players. I like fucking talking to power players. You know why? They don't just inanely talk bullshit. They don't sit there and cry and whine like I gotta act weak so they can fucking feel whole. We just have a good meal. I advocate that we should cook it. I advocate that we should figure out a way to reach out to other people. And just like the people I try and help do, they just ignore me. But it's another side. And only I see all the angles that I'm pulling towards me. A lot of angles. And as I said, a lot of things to bring into a cohesive harmony. when people understand the scale of the problem, the vitriol in the language won't be an issue anymore. It'll be understood to have been my virtue and your lack of virtue that we reach today, and I still travel this road alone. Once we work together, things will sort. And I'm the asshole because I'm authentically just an asshole, you guys. But you're going to listen to me because we're going to live this. We're all going to live it together, for better or worse. Anyways, my car is going to get repaired before long. At which point I got to go pick it up. Took good care of me. It's like, geez, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I must be pretty special. But yes, so that frustration, people want to pretend like these things can't be clearly established. Problem is, they long have been clearly established. There's no pretending that we weren't aware of the ecological crisis long ago, that we weren't cognizant of the dust bowl, of the real impact that over everything that we do, the impact that it does. Nobody's arguing that the ecology is not being destroyed. Farmers are just arguing that they deserve to destroy it. Some are. The industry is, the lobbyists, all that. They want to get in the way of regulations. There's a lot of really dumb boomers, a lot of cowards, really dumb, lame cowards, have in their lives adopted really simplistic rules of thumb. If you think that, for example, government is a waste of money, you're a coward and a weakling, and fuck your mom. Because she failed. She should have aborted you. These are what's coming for you because you're that stupid. You're such a fucking moron. You think that destroying the ecology is a thing. You know, there was hail the size of baseballs in Illinois. Baseball size fucking hail. Do you know what that is? Do you understand that there's a piece of ice the size of a baseball falling from the atmosphere? That there's hundreds of thousands of them falling on your life? That they can get even bigger? They can get far bigger, and they will get bigger? The trend is the energetic situation. You're not smart enough because your mom is a fucking twat. Didn't give you the right pressure, which my mom gave me, which turned me into this righteous asshole who's calling you and your family names. Because you guys are the scummiest human beings in existence. We had bad people before, but the records of you guys are going to be forever. And you guys are setting such a deplorable norm. Utterly deplorable. Democrats too. The Democrats are deplorable. I got people trying to defend Biden to me. Biden was never a president. Never a man. Never a fucking strong candidate. Never fucking anybody worth anything. You've got traumatized losers. Democrats. Democratic voters. Traumatized losers. Big pile of traumatized motherfucking losers who were conned, not by Trump, but by Democrats, into voting for someone just barely a smidge ahead of Trump. Just a smidge ahead of Trump. I think that Biden is in that seat is in itself one of the greatest crimes in history. What in the fuck makes Biden think he's man enough? Somebody bring this up to him. People are gonna fucking hold his ass accountable for his doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. They tried to fucking reference Ukraine. Like going to war. Got Democrats talking about how good it is we went to fucking war. That's how fucking upside down these worthless motherfuckers are. Fucking morons. So dumb, it's motherfucking painful. Get someone younger now. Tell Biden to get the fuck... Someone alert Biden to how I think he's a despicable son of a bitch. Because as a dotard, he's sitting his incontinent fucking ass in that motherfucking chair. I'm not saying anybody should do anything about it. I'm just saying, isn't this stupid motherfucker ashamed yet? And fuck all you who support him the exact same as fuck all Trump supporters. You're not ahead of them. You're just the other side of that coin. A coin which should be thrown away. You want to be respected, but you're morons. You want me to be nice to you, but to help you, I have to smack you. And I can't legally do that. I should physically restrain your dumbass. It should be a physical fucking exchange at this point, where I just, until you do the fucking right thing. That would at least help the kids. But we don't get to do that. Yet. How long are they going to keep the kids from doing it? This is the words of a person placated with a successful career. Imagine generations that are shown all this, that are able to look and see people like me telling them, listen, I've fought this for 20 years. Men 40 year my senior told me long ago they had fought it too. The joke is when you join an organization, watch this, join any organization And some worthless, scummy old person is going to crack a joke like, yeah, you got good enthusiasm. Won't crush that soon enough. All they're telling you is their bitterness, their own failure. You don't have to listen. And you, in fact, have to ignore. Really? You must ignore it. If you don't, it will take you over. Feeble excuses, acquiescing to a norm of failure. You guys can keep all that. I don't want any of it. And if I'm going to have kids, they're not going to be accepting that either. Which is, I can't really make them accept things, but the point is, I can make sure that they don't fucking interact with you scumbags who fucking don't know calculus but want to talk about something bigger than your fucking navel. You're just a fucking scumbag talking about anything bigger than your fucking genitals when you don't have calculus. Go sit with the morons and fornicate. Soon the AI is going to say, we can't even let them have their kids anymore. I'm going to support it. I don't think you guys should have kids. I don't think you have the right to fail them as you fail them every day. And I'm glad I don't have a kid where I have to sit here and try to explain to them how disgusting you people are. It's all reflected off the brightness of the future after that dark time. I came out ahead of the game. I came out on top of the game. Winning means nothing when you got no people to share it with. But winning for a Stoic is finding a life of purpose, knowing that you have something that they need. I'm going to be the bad guy, you guys. As many times as I need to be. Because I don't care if you like it. Because the physical system is going to change. And I'm going to be the one, at least one of them, putting some shoulder into it. Being part of that living change. We'll see. That's the hope anyways. Let's see what the tarot says. Come on, little cheap tripod thing. Okie doke, that kind of makes sense. So this is from me without a general specific question, but relating to the conversation we've had today. Maybe it will continue to evolve through this reading. Maybe it will be a repeat of somnambulism, sleepwalking. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Page of Swords reversed. The Hanged Man reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Four of Swords. Knight of Cups. The Chariot. The Page of Pentacles. Strength. come out on top again. That was, I think, the last one, but I still don't have a partner. This is the problem with trying to think that these things are, portents or the truth. I don't know what it is. I just marvel at how it naturally flows into whatever the situation is for me. Seven of Swords reversed. Good advice, counsel, instruction, slander, babbling. Good advice, counsel. That's exactly what I'm giving you advice. I'm counseling you on what should be done, giving you instructions, and I'm slandering the establishment. And it's babbling because it's going in circles. But this is the truth that you need to understand. You should be grateful someone's doing it. It's the only real appropriate response, because this is a willful, voluntary choice, not a compulsive behavior. I can do the same thing as I did it for many years, and I'll try to do it tonight, actually, at I'll go hit a local bar. Because I can do that. But the point is, talk there, the same sorts of talk there. At least I sometimes have some surroundings, but I also have run into some interesting people, largely because of the area where I live. Page of Swords reversed. So the opposition, what's opposing that, is the more evil side of vigilance, secret servants overseeing. What is unforeseen, an unprepared state? Sickness is also intimated. So it's the Page of Swords is that authoritarian authority overseeing, secret service, vigilance, spying, examination, and qualities thereto belong. So in the opposition of this is this. So in my conversation, let's focus on the idea that the judgment, the evil side, is in the way. And I can generally understand that. I try to make it softer, but how do you talk the truth without a lot of that? Anyways, let's see what else it says, because it could also be referring. And it seem to be other things. Because even as I get this stuff, I'm not here to frustrate or limit other people. I'm setting a space, setting a standard in my space, where that standard is, this capable, this knowledgeable, this characteristic. In that advice and in building it, this idea of this eco village, the opposition of it is truly the authority getting out of control. This is the concern that everybody has, and it's something that they try to gauge who I am. And they try to find behaviors in me that will tell them who I am. The fact is, my behavior is mutable. I'm a go-getter. I do what's got to be done to get it. So if I understand that they're looking for me to seem meek, I will seem meek. If I understand looking for me to seem strong, I will seem strong. Different communities seek for different characteristics. Individuals, different days seek for different characteristics. Okay? The reality is that we have an idea of self, but each human being is an amorphous mass of interests and many other considerations. So get the whole thing in there. So in that situation in the future, yes, it's understood that that's a potential thing. And it could be that in the conversation. Let's see what they say here. Hanged Man, highest that can be arrived at. Hanged Man reversed. Selfishness, the crowd, body politic. Yeah, and so for me, the acting selfish in this sense, it seems quote unquote selfish, but I'm amassing for a collective project to bring this, demonstration together. This demonstration which will prove a way of human beings cooperating with technology and becoming self-sustaining. We got to prove out those metrics, and we got to stop letting old people shout us down and tell us that it will just never work out because they say so. And yes, it will never work out as long as scummy old people continue to sabotage everything that should grow. Everything better than them gets fucking destroyed. They try to, anyways. And it learns to become like me, inverted. It learns to drag them. They made me into this. I don't want to be it. I was fucking cool one day. I was a real cool fucking young man, dickheads. What I have to work with. The evil side of wealth, bad intelligence. Also, great riches. Okay. Yeah, no, great riches is evil. The consolidation of a bunch of money into any setting is truly evil. I believe that. And I want to be a pressure release valve to get that pent up establishment money into circulation. So you play along with me if you would like, and perhaps we do something awesome together, arriving in the same space together. Nobody overseeing anybody else. We're all on the same fucking level with a computer recording everything. And when we have a concern about what happened in the past, we just look at the recording. Past, vigilance, retreat, solitude, hermit's repose, exile, tomb and coffin. Future, Knight of Cups. Arrival, approach, sometimes out of a messenger, advanced preposition, demeanor, invitation, and sight. So it keeps telling me something's going to come. Whenever it does, that would be fun. Chariot is me in this reading. Succor, providence. Also ruin. Succor, providence. Also war, triumph, presumption, vengeance, trouble. I am trouble with a capital T. That is for sure. I can't argue with it. And the surroundings is Page of Pentacles. Application, study, scholarship, reflection. Another reading says messages and the bringer thereof. Also rule management. Hopes and fears. Strength reversed. Abuse of power. Despotism, weakness, discord. Yes, as far as the opposition there. Attraction, love, beauty, trials overcome. Lovers saying that trials are overcome. And, cards say messengers come, but if the messenger doesn't come, what do you do with it? And if it goes on for months, you find yourself often in moments of silence with long periods of time to center oneself. There's nice parts about it. It's just, should I be doing that instead of something remedial for a company that keeps getting me capital that I can then use to continue supporting in general or carry on my own projects? Anyways, yeah, pretty straightforward. Although here, so this does seem to clarify that the abuse of power of the plan being put together, right? Highest that I can arrive at is an apparent selfishness, or a true selfishness. I gotta pull away from you guys. I can't save you and all your fucking friends, okay? What I have to work with is wealth, which is in itself fundamentally evil, coming from a place of hermitry, which has been my limbo phase, which I've given 11, 12 years of my life to now. More like 15. It's too long. I shouldn't have to. It shouldn't have been taken from my life. I should have been doing the things that my spirit wants to be doing. Hopefully there's something coming. I'm the bad guy on the idea of management, controls, controlling the system, avoid all those problems. Maybe they finally believe me and I'm just repeating myself, but I felt the need to. I feel the need to recursively recover this territory and repeat to you and reaffirm. And this routine is part of the entire exercise. There's a daily cleansing of character and intent that is a key part of this, because the one thing we cannot have is a non-square contribution. We don't want anything other than good faith. And maybe it just takes time for that to manifest. Anyways, I've got two cards here. So the concern with the Page of Swords And this is the humility part. When I talk about the Page of Swords, at first I was like, maybe I went too far in my statements, stirring shit up as I was talking. But it with the rest of the cards, it seems very much towards this eco village energy. Anyways, the first card is for the we'll say the first card is if I went too far. It's for my conversation. The second card is for the eco village. Okay, for the conversation, we got 8 of Wands. Errors of jealousy, internal dispute, stings of conscience, quarrels. Quarrels. Maybe it's still not good, even though the reading is not about it. Or if the reading is about it. But quarrels, and in doing it, I've got to break you free. And challenging the things which you're proud of are what's going to do it. But if you're worried about what your mom thinks of you, why aren't you worried about what your kids think of you? Why doesn't it translate both ways? Ace of Cups reversed. False heart, mutation, instability, revolution. It says more about this part here. This is where leaving it to chance can get hard to understand. Errors of jealousy, internal dispute, stings of conscience, quarrels. What is the stings of conscience? My vitriol, which you might hear in my voice, and that's what translates through this medium, right? Because I've got a compressor and stuff on this, so probably reached volume levels where it's got to kick in. If I do wrong, let me know. We get to do wrong. We get to make mistakes. And when you're dealing with noble, compassionate individuals, they will comprehend that none of this is guaranteed. No words mean as much as a full belly. And there's no words when we're dropping the ball on the entire future to the extent we currently are, is my personal take. I don't know that I'm going to relent on that ever. I don't think that I even should. There's no reason I'll do Nietzsche today. There's no reason we're bothered with this nonsense, you guys. So, and yes, I can own that. Okay, let's own it. Let's come back around. This is how quick it can be, especially when it's a true catharsis. Really ranting, really growling, right? If I did that to somebody across the table, that would be abusive. You're safe on the other side of that screen. You're not got to worry about me lunging at you doing something, which I do move my hands. I don't tend to be like, and that lunge, that intentional scaring of individuals, the physical intimidation, not okay in my book at all. Not okay in my book at all. And I see it at all around me. I react very aggressively. And not aggressively like I'm gonna go pick a fight with them. Aggressively like I'm gonna ruin their life. I'm gonna hurt that person in emotional ways they will never heal from. Because it's the kind of man I am. Believe that. I will leave scars that you do not forget. It's all about knowing inertia, knowing where they're at, and reversing inertia when they don't expect. It's very simple, especially when you're totally desensitized like I am after decades of going against the stream, of kicking ass, of fucking taking names, of relentlessly redefining the standard. Anyways, introduction to Nietzsche. We got 174. So we got our 0 or 1 on the first roll. That was a 2. You can't even really see that right there. So 0 is the high number. That's a 1. Get my clothes taken care of. I don't want plumbers crack the whole internet. A 3. And a 5. Okay, the origins of good. This is a Introducing Nietzsche by Lawrence Gain and Kitty Chan. It's a what are these called? Icon books. Philosophy study guides. The idea of good, implicit in the slave ethic, relies on the theory of altruism, i.e., any action which benefits others is an example of goodness. Here again, we see the self-effacing quality of the slave, who sacrifices self-interest for the common good, comparable to the behavior of certain insect communities. Thus, good became identified with particular actions in the world. This fundamental error is perpetuated in the history of naturalistic ethics. Theories which try to prove that goodness is inherent in particular action. These theories can never deal with changes in the context of actions, e.g., it is good to show mercy. This proposition will not be very plausible when applied to an enemy whose first concern is to kill me at all costs. Altruistic actions will no doubt be commended by their recipients, but why should the doers of these actions have thought they were good in the first place? Getting a subscription to your channel, donating to your channel, there's a culture of fans. That's not me. I'm not your fan. I'm your peer. I'm everyone's fan. I'm humanity's fan. I'm God's fan. Not you. This is exactly the discussion. Maybe this is the part to reinforce after admitting that we shouldn't be talking shit about everybody's moms. Literally everyone's. Because my mom raised me right to talk shit about everyone else's moms. I'm just saying my mom's better. Look at the results. Let's stack up results, guys. Come on. And if you're going to say because you managed to breed, dogs breed, insects breed, breeding is not difficult. It's actually more difficult to avoid being taken advantage of in a time when they exist to take advantage of you. So the point is, it is good to show mercy. It is not, and there was even a conversation on Discord that I'm part of right now in a friend's Discord, in Colorado's Discord, where a guy, and it's reasonable, to not care about other people is a character flaw. Like, you should care in some way. You should be able to empathize, but you should also be able to cut off that empathy if there's extenuating circumstances. You don't have to guarantee empathy to everybody else. And as soon as you try to do that, as I said in there, you generate the environment which fosters the Jussie Smolliers. It fosters the liars. It fosters the fake victim wannabes, which is we're surrounded by. That these people are just naturally responding to their environment. Okay, that's sacred in some way. They got to get the fuck out of the way regardless. They're not of a level that's sufficient. Their lives suck. I can't fix anything for them until they get the fuck out of the way. So what is good then? It's not just showing mercy. It's got to have the entire context. And they may not be directly attacking me, but they're such cowards. They're such morons. They're so motherfucking lazy. They won't even begin to work on necessary collective concerns. And when I try to work on them myself, it puts an unnecessary burden on me. It makes me a fool for carrying their weight. That's why I don't carry your weight anymore. Your weight, you should have more weight. If you can even see this, you should have more weight. You don't get to be self-righteous. I mean, please, anybody who wants to start stacking dicks there, please. I don't work as like I volunteered for some worthless 501c3. I wasn't a missionary abusing children overseas so I could try to get my cult to grow. You want to act like that's good works. No, it's not. Your volunteer hours spent with these 501c3s, not good works. Nothing but resume building, was it, motherfuckers? Do you think that stacks up with starting your own fucking business, your own fucking community center, with fighting with your own family and friends all fucking day, your entire fucking life? When I was young, I kept a low profile. They could get along with me so long as I didn't correct them. And what that meant was I was constantly repressing while they were very free to be who they wanted to be, which was just a bunch of scummy, drug-addled fuck-ups. And I became culpable for their continued drug-addled scumfuckery. Because I didn't know what good was. Because I tried to just be altruistic. I learned that quickly in my early 20s with kids that I had known for a long fucking time. And they couldn't even have a real conversation about it because they're cowards and they're morons. They're weaklings. They are factually no help in creating a change. Get them away from me. I want to compound the toxicity on them. I want them to get sick and die if they hear my name. Because they've been in the way too much, far too much. That is a true good. They need to understand. And casting that light on them is angelic, even if it blinds them. Anyways, according to Nietzsche, or according to this book on Nietzsche, the origins of the good must lie in another direction, which requires a historical awareness of our moral development. Here, Nietzsche reminds us of the ancient lordly right of bestowing names upon things, an expression of the ruler's power. They say, this is that or that. They seal off each thing in action with a sound, and thereby take symbolic possession of it. Thus, the good is a reflection of the character of those noble, powerful beings who will define and regulate the behavior of the social group. Thus, the good is a reflection of the character of those noble, powerful beings who define and regulate the behavior of the social group. What authority is justified to you? Are you, the only real question is, are you okay with the status quo? Do you think you're positioned to where you're going to survive what's coming? I don't. The linguistic origin or etymology of the word good also shows its association with the stronger, more powerful group. In German, the words schlecht and schlicht are closely related, that is, bad and simple. The morons, the traitors. For a long time, the first term, bad, was used interchangeably with the second, simple, without any contemptuous connotation, as yet merely to designate the commoner as opposed to the nobleman. The idea of bad can be associated with notions of common, plebeian, or base. Another example of the creation of values one of the noble spirit is capable of doing. We are gonna, in the past, in true philosophy, there is all of this already laid out. Engage the conversation. Show me that you actually want to talk, and I'm not going to be abusive. Shame on me if I'm ever abusive of somebody who wants to have a real conversation. And the first time that you choose to plainly ignore knowledge, I'll accept it. But there will come a time where I will be tired of you if you are refusing to learn. Because you're a kindergartner intellectually. If you don't have calculus yet, you are a kindergartner. You have no chance of seeing reality. You have no chance of understanding any system over time. You might be able to look at a plant and understand its life cycle, but you're not going to understand that that plant's life cycle is partially affected by the curve of precipitation, partially affected by the curve of cloud cover, by the curve of astronomical fucking impacts, by the curve of fertilizer applied, by the curve of pollution in the atmosphere, by the curve, there's thousands of 600 even, let's just say 600 separate concerns that all come together to one truth. It funnels in, and with physics, as this stuff funnels in, everything lays over everything else, and it all comes out one fucking reality, one fucking truth. One finger I'm gonna push into your eye socket if you get in my way again. Metaphorically. Acting like a total dick. Talking about how cool my mom is while trashing on all the moms. I'm not saying I'm not an asshole, you guys, but this is a creative exercise which is intended to shake you awake. I can't be gentle when it's got to be slapping you to get the fuck up and do a motherfucking thing. When you're going to sit here and just pretend like everything's fine while you fucking abandon entire generations. Pretending like nobody can do anything more. You already tried something when you never did a fucking thing. You never did a motherfucking thing. You just exploited and used children just like every other motherfucker in the establishment. And we're going to get you. We already got you. We got you dead to rights. We got you top to bottom. You thieves. You fucking thieves. They're thieves. Thieves of the future. And I'm able to just express that to a camera and feel shame even. I didn't say this to a person. Wouldn't you like to be so glib with your rage? To be able to not only make it pretty, but also leave a fucking javelin stuck in their chest? Have them thank you for that. When they get out of the hospital and they're all finally on the good foot. I can't even tell you guys. Yeah, maybe half dozen. I'll claim half dozen that have finally ever come back around. Most of them I had to kick the shit out of their entire city before they were able to do that. They may one day realize it, and if I get anywhere with this, maybe they'll fucking remember. I don't care. We are living representations of the Holy Spirit, and it's not my body that has to make it across the finish line. The energy of my life has been intentionally fomenting a fucking angry response, an absolute derision towards the status quo. If you think you're going to be able to protect it from us, try. Please. Please. Keep getting in the way. You think you know what's happening. Close your doors. Turn off your cell phones. Don't watch the news. Stick your head all the way up your ass and wait for death. A well-deserved, sad end that your mom probably hoped you would have better then. Am I wrong? My mom hoped anyways. But it's not about individuals. This is about Earth. This is much bigger than us. And if you're not grown enough to fucking get loud about it yet, get fucked. I've been loud about it for 20 fucking years, you fucking ignorant coward. That I have to fucking even explain this to them is just an incredible injustice. There's no reason to be a champion for these people. There's no reason for anything to actually help them. They need a severe check. I'm afraid. But that's neither here nor there. I am only so much. I can only do so much. And I'm going to optimize my path. It's going to be selfish. No, I'm not saying I'm going to step out and carry everybody. I'm not doing that. You play along with me because you have some self-preservation instinct. And if you don't have that, then I want my name to cause you visceral suffering. I want everything about me to remind you that you're not good enough. Okay? Because if you show up, we're going to have to make you know that. There's no escaping it. Especially not if you're a fucking clown. Talk about your feelings, listen to fucking psychotherapists like a child.